In 1996, the world was brought to its knees by the simple words, "Unbreak My Heart." This wasn't just a song. It was a global phenomenon, a power ballad that defined an era and cemented Toni Braxton's status as a music icon. But behind this heart-wrenching anthem is a story of creative genius, unexpected success, and a songwriter who almost gave her biggest hit away. Today, we're diving deep into the story of Unbreak My Heart. The year is 1995. Toni Braxton is a certified superstar. Her self-titled debut album had sold over 10 million copies worldwide, thanks to hits like Another Sad Love Song and Breathe Again. She was the queen of the sultry, smooth R&B jam. But for her sophomore album, Secrets, her label head, the legendary L.A. Reid, wanted something different. He wanted a monster hit, a crossover smash that would transcend genres. He wanted a ballad, but not just any ballad. He wanted something epic. Enter Diane Warren. If you've listened to the radio at any point in the last 4 decades, you've heard a Diane Warren song. She's the powerhouse songwriter behind countless hits for artists like Cher, Celine Dion, and Aerosmith. Warren is a master of the power ballad, a specialist in crafting songs that are emotionally raw, intensely relatable, and commercially explosive. And she had a song she was particularly proud of, a song called Unbreak My Heart. Warren had originally written the song with a country artist in mind, picturing it as a big, dramatic country ballad. She pitched it to several artists, but surprisingly, no one was biting. For a while, it seemed like this masterpiece might just sit on a shelf. But then, L.A. Reid heard it. He knew instantly this was the song he was looking for. There was just one problem. Toni Braxton hated it. That's right. When Toni first heard the demo, she was not impressed. She thought it was too pop, too polished, and didn't fit her signature R&B sound. In her own words, she called it a corny, sappy pop song. She didn't want to sing it. She felt it betrayed the soulful, cool persona she had carefully cultivated. Can you imagine? The song that would become her biggest hit, the song that is synonymous with her name, she initially rejected. But L.A. Reid was persistent. He had a vision. He saw the potential for this song to make Toni Braxton a global household name. He convinced her to just try it. He told her, "Toni, you have to sing this song. It's a hit." Reluctantly, she agreed to record it. She went into the studio, still skeptical, and laid down the vocal track. She later admitted she sang it with a bit of an attitude, almost begrudgingly. Because she was so against the idea, little did she know that reluctant passion was exactly what the song needed. To bring the track to life, Reid enlisted another legend, producer David Foster. Foster was known for creating lush, cinematic soundscapes for artists like Whitney Houston and Celine Dion. He was the perfect person to transform Warren's song into the epic power ballad Reid envisioned. Foster built the track from the ground up, adding the iconic Spanish guitar intro, the sweeping strings, and the dramatic percussion. He created a sonic landscape that was as grand and as heartbreaking as the lyrics themselves. When Toni Braxton heard the final produced version, with her vocals soaring over Foster's grand arrangement, everything changed. She finally understood. The song wasn't corny, It was powerful. It wasn't a betrayal of her sound. It was an evolution. That reluctant vocal take she had delivered was filled with a raw, desperate emotion that was absolutely captivating. The unique timbre of her low, husky voice, pleading for a lover to reverse the pain they'd caused, was simply unforgettable. The line "Uncry these tears" was pure lyrical genius, capturing an impossible wish that everyone who's ever been heartbroken has felt. Unbreak My Heart was released as the second single from the Secrets album in October 1996. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. The song shot to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and stayed there for an incredible 11 weeks. It topped charts in over a dozen countries, from Germany and Sweden to Australia and Canada. It became one of the best-selling singles of all time by a female artist. The world wasn't just listening to the song, it was feeling it. A huge part of the song's success was its groundbreaking music video. Directed by Byle Woodruff, the video was a mini-movie, a dramatic retelling of the song's story. It opens with Toni reminiscing about her lover, played by model Tyson Beckford, before showing the tragic accident that takes his life. The rest of the video is a montage of Toni grieving, her pain palpable as she wanders through their empty home. It was visually stunning, emotionally charged, and perfectly captured the song's desperate heartbreak. It played on constant rotation on MTV and VH1, making the song an inescapable cultural moment. The video also established a new image for Toni Braxton. She was no longer just the cool, sophisticated R&B singer. She was a tragic heroine, a glamorous diva, a woman of immense passion and pain. The image of her singing in the rain, belting out the chorus, became iconic. It cemented her as a pop culture fixture. The song's impact was monumental. It earned Toni a Grammy Award for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance in 1997. It proved that she was more than an R&B artist. She was a versatile vocalist who could conquer the pop charts on her own terms. For Diane Warren, it became one of her signature songs, a testament to her incredible songwriting talent. And for David Foster, it was another masterpiece in a long line of production hits. Decades later, Unbreak My Heart remains a karaoke staple, a radio favorite, and the ultimate go-to song for anyone nursing a broken heart. Its appeal is timeless. The core emotion, that desperate, irrational plea to undo the past and erase the pain, is a universal human experience. We've all been there. We've all wished we could turn back time. The song gives voice to that impossible desire. The story of Unbreak My Heart is a perfect storm of talent, vision, and a little bit of creative conflict. It's a story of a songwriter who believed in her work, a producer who knew how to make a hit, a label head with a golden ear, and an artist who, despite her initial doubts, delivered one of the most iconic vocal performances in music history. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest art comes from stepping outside your comfort zone and trusting the vision of those around you. Toni Braxton may not have wanted to sing it at first, but the world will be forever grateful that she did. Thanks so much for watching. What are your memories of this song? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look back at a music classic, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories behind the songs. See you next time.